Hello everyone, welcome to English class. Today we are going to read poem 4 Chivi from the book Honeycomb, and with this we will complete our unit number 4. The poem Chivi is written by Michael Rosen, okay, and he is an English children's author and poet who has written 140 books, and you can see he has very smiling face. He is the poet of the poem Chivi, and he had shared his own childhood experience. And if I talk about this poem Chivi centers its idea in the nature or instructional relation between children and the parents. Okay, what to do, not to do this, don't do this, and all the time parents instructing children on what to do and how to do the things while they are young without giving a chance for decision making to his children. Okay, and the same time same parents are seen to complain about the dependence of their now grown up children, because first of all they always used to do and don'ts, put do and don'ts on the children, and afterwards if they are not able to take their own decision then they always complain against them. So let's start reading the poem Chivi. If we talk about the word Chivi, what does it mean? It means what? Ask yourself as well as your partner, do you like to be always told what to do or not to do? The question is for us. Do grown-ups do this in your experience? Now, what happened? If there is a poet who says when Michael was 5 years old, his mother took him to a nearby school for admission. He went for the admission. The teacher asked, "What does your mother call you at home?" "Child, Michael, don't," came the confident reply, because it implies that at his home he always used to hear, "Michael, don't do this, Michael, don't do this, Michael, don't sit like this, Michael, don't eat like this, Michael, don't, Michael, don't." So he told at home his mother called him from the name Michael, don't. Okay, so he was sharing his own experience. To chivi is to nag, to continuously urge someone to do something, often in an annoying way, according to the dictionary. So it is the meaning of word chivi: continuously urge someone, continuously do something which is in an annoying way. So let's start reading the poem. First stanza is here. Grown up say things like, speak up, don't talk with your mouth full, don't stare, don't point, don't pick your nose. Grown ups, elderly, with your mouth full, loudly stare, look long and intently, pick your nose, put finger in your nose. As I have given the meaning yesterday already, so today I will not explain in the meaning details, but just the explanation only. So listen, it is the habit of the grown ups, elder person, to counsel the youngsters. They keep instructing the child to speak up even when the child doesn't want to make the reply. Okay, like if some person comes to our home, then obviously it is the habit of the parents, and they always used to say to their child, please say something, speak up. So they keep instructing the child to speak up even the child doesn't want to make the reply. They further advise him not to talk loudly, your mouth full, not to talk loudly, and then he should not stare at anything. Okay, don't look intently at one thing only. Further, he is told not to point fingers at anybody, and also never to dig his finger in the nose. Don't put your finger in the nose. Okay, so it was the instructions every time given by the elders at home. Stanza 2. Sit up, say please, less noise, shut the door behind you, don't drag your feet, haven't you got a hanky, take your hands out of your pockets. So what are the other instructions there? Sit up, sit straight, less, reduce, drag, trail on the ground, and hanky, handkerchief. So what happened? The elders too have certain directions to give him. What kind of directions? They tell him to sit with a proper posture. Okay, sit up, sit properly, to say please and make less noise. Say please, make less noise. The child should also shut the door behind him and never drag his feet while walking. These are the civilized behavior symptoms. Okay, so please, I think it should be followed by every person, every student, every child in his life, like sit straight in a proper posture, say please, make less noise. Child should also shut the door behind him and never drag his feet. The most important, never drag his feet while walking. Haven't you got a hanky? He should always have a hanky for ready use and should keep his hands out of the pocket. Yes, my dear students, don't keep your hands in your pocket. It should be outside the pocket. Yes, dear students, try to imagine your posture at the school, how you used to stand in front of the teachers. Yes, and you always got instructed like, please take out your hands from your pocket. I think you can relate it with you. Okay, last one. Pull your socks up. Stand up straight. Say thank you. Don't interrupt. No one thinks you are funny. Take your elbows off the table. Can't you make your own mind up about anything? So last one. What? Straight, erect, interrupt, speak in, funny, interesting, elbows, you know very well, part of your arm, off, away, make up your mind, decide. These all the words which we have done already. So the child has to be a refined being. Okay, he should wear his socks properly, socks up, it should be in a proper order, and pull them up every time. He should stand straight and not clumsily. Try to stand straight in a attention position, not the clumsily. Okay, and he should he should also take care to say thank you. 3 magical words are there: sorry, please, and thank you. So always used in the conversation. He should also take care to say thank you, and you have been given something. If you have been given something, he should never interrupt during a conversation. If two people are talking to each other, then it should not be interrupt. Don't interrupt means never interfere in others' talk, especially if the elders are talking. So should never interrupt during a conversation. He should never behave in a funny manner to draw attention. Okay, so no one thinks you are funny. Don't do the unnecessarily things in front of others, because nobody thinks it looks interesting or you are funny. He should keep his elbows off the table. It is the table manner. Table manner means whenever we are sitting on the table for eating lunch, dinner, etc., then it is the eating manner that our elbows should not be on the table. It should be off the table. Okay, it is the table manner. And last one, can't you make your own mind up about anything? So at the times, he should be wise enough to take his own decisions. First of all, the child get instructions from her parents, from his or her elders, about how to sit, how to behave, how to speak, how to eat, and how to stand. And afterwards, at the last, the same parents asked him, means, can't you use your own mind to take your own decision? Can't you make your own mind up about anything? Can't you take your own decisions? You should be wise enough to take your own decisions. Okay, my dear students, so I think you can relate this poem to you, and it will be good. And now what is going on in my mind, actually I am teaching this poem and I am imagining you all when I am in the class, when I was in the class and you were in front of me, and how you behaved and how we treated to each other. So all the pictures came in front of me. So dear students, seriously missing you all. So stay tuned for more updates. Thank you so much.